All right, as we continue on, TJ and Kenny's hot dog quest, the roller is in the office.
I didn't know how long they took to cook.
There's more.
I mean, it's been 20 minutes.
He's not a vendor at Dodger Stadium. He doesn't have a commercial grade roller, but you're in the mix. And we'll see at the end of the hour who's eating the most of these. Now, this is number 2 for you and number 2 for Kenny.
Yeah, well, I didn't know Jenkins is back there eating them too, so that's why we had a little break.
Evan's like a cockroach. He just does what he's
we had like 4
do.
more waiting, and they're all of a sudden they're just gone during the break.
Okay,
He's got
so
ketchup dribbling down his chin.
well, he's also 7 gummies deep. I mean, give the guy a break. Chemically altered. So you said something off air, and I think it describes everyone in America, except if you're a Kansas City fan. You looked at me, mics are off, and you go, Mike, Patrick Mahomes is going to win this damn thing, isn't he? And what did I say to you? I go, probably. I mean, like,
It just feels that way.
my thing is, like, I hate the Eagles. This is how much I've had enough of Mahomes. The Eagles are my team's main rival. They're not the Lions' rival. They're a team that stands in your way. Or
Yeah, but even people in Detroit normally wouldn't want
no
an NFC team to win.
I'm rooting for the player who left my team to have the best season in NFL history. I'm rooting for that guy. I'm rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles because that's how much I can't handle anything more of Bundle-Ruski or Mahomes, any of it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's 99% of America is on the same page here?
I do. Yeah. I think everybody's like that, except outside of
Kansas City?
Kansas City. Yeah. But I think that's what happens when you become a dynasty and a consistent winner, right? Like, people get sick of it. You want somebody to knock you off the throne. I mean,
I've had it.
How many times, in the last 20 years do we feel that way about the Patriots? Like, it's just the same thing every year. Like, and then you add in some of the weird things like the calls and, I don't think NFL's not rigged, but did the Chiefs get the benefit of a lot of calls? Like, yeah, we got hard proof of that.
Hello.
In the Buffalo game.
Correct.
Right? 4th and 1. One ref said first down. The other ref said short. Why does the ref that benefits Kansas City get the final say?
And
you know what I mean? Like, why does it always turn out to be
live in
the
Kansas
benefit
City?
to them?
And why is that ref a Ravens fan who the Bills had beaten the week before?
Oh, he was spiteful of the Bills.
And he lives in Kansas City?
Right? You have 2 different refs. One's got a first down, one's short. Mm-hmm. Why do you give it to the other? It's just, right? You can't argue that they get the benefit of some of the calls.
So what is the pathway to an Eagles win?
See, I've been trying to talk myself into that all week. I think it's got to be, it's got to be, you got to dominate the line of scrimmage, right? You got to trust that your offensive line is going to be healthier, right? Juergens was hurt in the NFC Championship game. Then Dickinson was playing center. Their protection wasn't the same. I mean, there was a lot of free runners, but if you can hope those guys are healthy, can you target Chris Jones a little bit with some of your big guards? Can you slow down Karlaftis, who's been really good in the postseason, with Lane Johnson and Mailata? And then the defensive side, right? Kansas City's offensive line is still – you got Joe Thuney playing left tackle. You got a backup left guard. Their right tackle is not very good. So if you're Philadelphia, can you find a way to stop the run, first of all, but can you find a way to get some quick pressures
when you watch,
on Mahomes? I think they got to dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides.
When you watch, you were a guard. How the hell do you begin to handle either of Philly's D tackles? They're distinctly different players between Jordan Davis and Carter, but how do you match up? You face both type of guys, right? How do you begin that plan? I mean, Carter right now looks – Aaron Donald just came out and said, that's my heir apparent. Now, I'm not sure I'm ready to go there, but that's pretty high praise.
Yeah.
How do you look at this and you go, okay, I got backups in there now.
Yeah.
What's the plan of attack for that?
Well, you can manipulate the protections to try to slide to those guys. Well, Jalen Carter is, in my opinion, the machine on that defense, right? Jordan Davis makes some nice plays. Better against the run. Yeah. You're not really concerned about him, I don't think, as much.
He's an occupier.
In the pass rusher, as a pass rusher. But you can manipulate formations. Jalen Carter, he's going to playing over the right guard, right? Either a 2-eye or a 3-tech. How can we manipulate the formations to kind of get him on the backside of some of these runs? Maybe get a couple double teams where take a couple shots at his legs. Not dirty, but let's slow him down. And then pass protection. I mean, we used to have protections that – we were West Coast offense when I was in Green Bay, so it was either 2-jet, 3-jet, kind of told the centers which way to slide. We had a Sioux jet, So wherever Ndamukong Suh lined up, we're sliding the center to him, right? He lines up over the right guard. Hey, we know the center's sliding right. Oh, man, he's over the left guard. Okay, automatically we know he's sliding to the left. You can't do that every play, but if you can get it 8-10 times a game where you get a double team on those guys, that's where you try to manipulate it a little bit, right? But that's what makes like a D-line like Philly, like we talk about Aiden Hutchinson, and man, we got all these dudes. Like Philly's the team that every year they got 8 dudes deep on that D-line.
Guys like Josh Sweat go totally forgotten.
Yeah, and Nolan Smith is having, a really nice year. And Brandon Graham might be playing. I don't think we've gotten final word on that. But if you can give him 15, 20 snaps rushing off the edge, right, that'll be a boost to them.
See, I think the Eagles is very simple. You run the ball. And you don't break tendency. You don't get into a shootout. You don't try to match Mahomes. You just take Saquon and you run. You take Hurts and you run. To me, if Hurts throws for over 15 passes, you probably lost the game.
Yeah.
Just control everything.
15 is...
What is he playing for Army?
Maybe
Can I get the 20? Can I get the 20?
No, because that means you're running Saquon.
Yeah. I just think it's going to be...
Play action, I mean, you want to almost make it the way how Jared Goff looks when he's good and he throws the ball for 18 times. And that's it, because you're running and running and running and running.
I also I keep going back to Spagnuolo and just some of the designs that he creates defensively.
Yep.
The mismatches, the getting an extra rusher, where you don't expect it, bringing a corner blitz, on a fourth down. Who does that? Like, you got to be a sicko. He's like the Ben Johnson version of defense, where it's just like, well, I've never seen this. Like, where is he coming up with these things? And how are you always right?
Game goes along.
Yeah, and they get better, right? And they're really good. I mean, at most of the games, it's a couple third downs or maybe a couple fourth downs, and that's the difference, right? But he finds ways to dial up these pressures, and that's what was concerning to me. Even in that Philly game, I know they ended up beating the hell out of Washington, but there was a lot of unblocked guys coming at Jalen Hurts. There was a lot of miscommunication, either Jalen not adjusting the protection, to a side where it's getting overload, or just guys up front I know backup center, backup guard. But Spagnuolo, man, like if he gets your tendencies on what you like to do on third downs and passing situations, he's going to kill you. He's going to bring an extra guy. And he's going to be right most of the time.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of go back. And I still don't think Jalen Hurts, we talk about young quarterbacks all the time, like just not seeing the defense, right? It's instead of pre-snap, okay, this is what I'm anticipating. A lot of it is snap the ball and then react and then, what's my out here? You know what I mean? Like it's a dangerous way to play quarterback.
And it's a dangerous way to play this game. You're a hot dog behind, FYI.
Well, I got to savor this one. It's going to be another 40 minutes before we get number 3 and 4.
We're going to have them ready for you momentarily. We'll continue this. We'll get some ticket text, get the picks. We got to set it. Yeah.
Were you guys disappointed in the size of that hot dog roller? I was expecting a little bit more on that.
Hold on. Let's
just
momentarily we'll get to this. I want you to
talk. I thought you could put like a dozen on that.
But
what do I run at 7-Eleven right here? What are we talking about?
But TJ, have you tasted the salsa?
Okay, then be curious. TJ, I will go check on these for you. Hold, please.
All right.